Stephen Moore. I'm from the Department of Mathematics here in the university. I'm a trained mathematics person. I did my bachelor's in tech, KNUST. I did also a teaching assistant, traveled a lot, did a master's and all that, and then I decided to come back home after so many years away. Um, when I got back home, one of the first things that I remember talking to the university was that there was the need to set up an AI center in this university. That was somewhere 2019. Uh, of course, I did my bachelor's in KNUST, finished 2007, but already during that time, I wrote my first AI project as a bachelor student. And this project I wrote, although there was nobody in the university who knew anything about artificial intelligence that time. So I had to rely on a lot of resources from professors in Stanford. So I was part of a Stanford community of AI researchers back in 2007. And at that time, I was participating in their seminars online with messages and emails. And 2007, I'm not sure anybody even knew what AI was at that time. So I do remember that when I traveled outside, I went to look for some consultancy job. And then the CEO saw my CV and said, "Oh, 2007, you knew something about AI. Then where were you by that time? Where were you?" I said, "I was in Ghana." And he was really interested to find out. He said, "What happened to that project that you did 2007?" Because I explained the whole project to him. And I was like, "But what happened to it?" I said, "Oh, it's lying on the shelves in my university or probably forgotten about." And this is the whole thing about, of course, you can say our education system, you can say about society, or you can say about many things. But my talk today is to tell you that it really does not matter where you are coming from. It doesn't matter the knowledge level you are being exposed to. Thankfully now there is a huge amount of information and knowledge, much more than that was alive or available in 2007. Now there is YouTube, there is a lot of other resources that one can actually have access to and learn and acquire all the skills that you do want to have. And I usually tell some of my students in class that one of the Olympics, there was a Kenyan javelin, a Kenyan pole vaulter. And when he was interviewed, he said he learned how to pole vault just by watching YouTube videos. And he was able to make it to the Olympics. So I tell my students all the time that you have access to a lot of information on the internet and you can do whatever you want to do with it. And that is really depends on you. There are people who are becoming millionaires just by watching YouTube and acquiring the skills that they need. You can actually learn many things, even if you're a medical doctor, a journalist, a scientist. Sometimes I do go to YouTube to watch certain people's lecture notes or lectures to update myself on what is happening in the current trend of things. All right, so let's go. You can show some of my slides. So these are some snapshots from AI. No, please go back slowly, slowly go back. Yes, first one. So this is ChatGPT 4. This is 4.0. 4.0. So this is, I just asked ChatGPT 4.0, imagine a candy dress. So then he gave me this. So this is a dress that I just asked ChatGPT, imagine a candy dress. How will you draw or how will you provide a candy dress? And it did this. Please go to the next one. And then I said, oh, imagine a toddler sleeping in ketchup, right? Just as absurd as you could be, imagine it, just imagine. And this was what the picture it gave. Go to the next. Then I started asking it very, maybe you should say silly questions like, Okraman yeden drona menhwe. Just wanted to see what it will say or what will be the response. And then I was shocked when ChatGPT gave me a goat. And the response was, here is an illustration of a goat known as Okraman. In a rural environment, blah, blah, blah. So this is the ChatGPT Okraman goat. Please go to the next one. Then I said, draw a cancena menhwe. Then he drew something else. Please go to the next. I asked, what's a tree? It says, yes, I can respond. So I'm just trying to carry on the message that there are many things that AI, or we are living in a world already that these things are existing. Please go to the next one. So these are other responses. What is the tree name for egg? This is ChatGPT 3.5, so I can understand. It says the tree name for egg is koto. Right, so this is tree name for egg is okoto in ChatGPT 3.5. So go to the next. Right, so these are some of the responses from popular tools that you know of, but these are really AI tools, and we rely on them. We use them. We always feel they are right. Someone said you can use it to do anything. It's true, but it is not foolproof. Things like ChatGPT, they are developed by us. They are developed by people like us. With the skill sets, you can be part of the people who develop it. And that is the message that I want to leave you here with, that it is not over. Please go, let's go to the good side of AI. I was just walking by campus and then I saw a lizard. I took a picture with my phone and then I went to ChatGPT. I said, what animal is this? Then it says, oh, this is a monitor lizard. So this is correct. I mean, so if you do not know something, you can go there and it can easily help you. It's an assistive tool for you to use. Please go to the next one. So these are the good things. If you do not know how to code, you have no idea about coding, Python coding, MATLAB coding, anything you have no idea about, this is an assistive tool which is really AI dependent that can help you learn the skill. So sometimes I want to learn a new program, maybe in Julia. I have no idea how to write certain things. I write my program in MATLAB or Python. Then I put it in ChatGPT. I said, convert this to Julia for me. Then it converts it, maybe with some errors. Then I go through them, I edit it, then I start using it. Without having no knowledge of Julia, I can become a Julia proficiency programmer within 2 or within a day. Please go to the next. So I quite remember there was a popular question quite recently when someone said you could be a millionaire by scraps, by selling scraps. So I was wondering, is it really true? How do I go about it? So I just asked ChatGPT, earning £1 million from scrap dealing in the UK, is it true or not true? And then he gave me a response. He said, it's true. How do you do it? And I asked, how do I earn £1 million from selling scraps in the UK? Then he listed for me all the things that I can do, or all the things that I need to do to be able to get £1 million from selling scraps in the UK. Let's go to the next. Or you ask, how much can an average scrap dealer earn in the UK? Because this became a very contentious issue. But all I had to do is just ask ChatGPT if he has ideas about these things, or if it has ideas. Then of course it did give me ideas on what to do, how to go about it, and all. Please go to the next one. But there are some bad sides. Already we saw when I asked for an okramine, it gave me a goat. So those are bad sides, because these things are assistive tools. They do not know everything. You cannot use them as if they are 100% factual. you need to know their limits, the bad sides of AI. Please, let's go on. So, these are some of the bad sides that can happen in AI. Twitter finds racial bias in image cropping. Please go to the next. There's bias in imaging. The best algorithm struggles to recognize black faces equally. So these are the dangers, the bad sides of them. Because these things, they rely on data. They rely on information inputs that we all do, we all contribute. And they use these things to determine our future. So those are the bad sides based on the images. So this was a popular one in 2009 when HP developed the first tracker in its laptop. It could not recognize a black person, but it could recognize a white person. So it becomes, although it sounds nice, but it becomes a dangerous tool, because in the end, black people will be eliminated from it, and only white people will be having access to these things. Please, let's go to the next. So, keep going. So AI is not, I mean, sometimes we hear it, it sounds really too far, it sounds really too weird, but please keep going. Because of information overflow, a lot of information we are now getting, things like AI have become very, very common in our workplaces, common in everything that we do. This is some basic statistics, some little information I have for you. So the global AI market, as of 2021, the whole global market was 50 billion US dollars. By 2025, it's expected that the market will grow to about $200 billion. And then by 2023, it's expected to hit about $1 trillion, more than $1 trillion, some huge amount in $1 trillion. But the market in Africa is so small, it's 66 million. So if I say a billion and then you say a million, you are 1,000 apart. So there is a huge market difference in this. Please go on. So what are we doing? So together with some colleagues, we decided to develop Khaya, a Khaya AI app. Please keep scrolling. So this app, all you do is to translate your local language. So it translates Ghanaian languages to English, as well as English language to Ghanaian languages. Not only in Ghana, but also some languages in Kenya and some languages in Nigeria. So you can talk to it. If you make a speech of say something in Tree, it will be able to give you that translated Tree sentence as well as the English version of it. So we are now trying to participate in the global market of AI, because you cannot be left out when the tool cannot recognize you. I gave you an example that black people could not, for instance, be recognized by these tools. So it is important that we as a society take this as a critical issue to be part of it, not just to use it, not just to play with it, not just to joke with it, but really to contribute towards making change in how these things govern our society. The person who is writing the code, the person who is running the code, has a higher opportunity to determine what you should do and how you should run your life. And this is why it is important to participate. So Khaya, you can do tests, you can do speech, you can talk to it, you can, and hopefully very soon it will become your local Siri for you to also talk and get responses from. Go to the next. Of course, we did compare it to Google, we did compare it to Google Translator, we did compare it to Facebook's translations, and we're far better than them. And this is why Google gave me some awards that we should use it to continue developing this tool. Let's go to the next. So there are certain takeaways from these things. Go to the next again. So for instance, if you look at this game, this was I think this was Japan, a recent World Cup where Japan won against Spain or so. And no, everybody said it was, if it was a normal eye, we probably would have said it didn't go out or it went out. It would have been a huge argument. But with assistive tools, it is a clear-cut decision that this ball is not out of play. Okay, so let's go to the next. For instance, this case, is it an offside or is not an offside? If it is if you use a human eye, the referee or the linesman will say this is not an offside. Okay, but with assistive tools, you're able to tell by inch and by a millimeter how offside this is. So this is clearly an offside position. And people use it for determining, trying to predict many things. And even on this campus, there are some students that I'm working with who are also trying to use these kind of tools to translate sign languages, to text, to speech that are ongoing. And very soon we will launch another project together with Google on this campus where we'll try to train 150 people on adversarial nibbling. And I think I called last time, and we're going to do it very soon from next month. Please go on. There are many things that you can do with AI, and my message is there's no limit. You can be a social science student, you can be a computer science student, you can be a medical doctor, you can be a linguist. For instance, we do use a lot of linguists in our work because we do translations. And you can be many things, but you can still learn how to do AI. You are not far away from it, and we can all benefit from it. So this is the Ghana bee map that we are developing, trying to develop, take the history of bees that have been kept all over Ghana for many years, that will be able to track them and tell why there are some food shortages and systems around us. So my message to you is, AI is happening around us. We cannot just be using the tools. It is not enough. We must be part of those developing the tools. We must be part of those developing the products that students or people are using for the future. You could be a medical doctor. This morning you heard Marvin speak about the eye project. And there are many such projects ongoing. And my message to you is, AI is out there. AI is closer to you than you think. And you must not just use it, but try as much as possible to tell yourself you want to participate in AI. Thank you very much.